Or is it all just beyond repair? Let me know what you would do in the comments. And as always, don't forget to subscribe. I can't wait to share the rest of this journey with you. The days that followed were a blur, a constant battle between the anger that simmered in my chest and the pain that lingered deep inside me. Every time I closed my eyes, I could see it. My husband, Malik, and my father, tangled up in a web of lies, their betrayal etched into my mind like a permanent scar. I told myself I was done with them. I told myself I didn't need them. But deep down, I knew the truth. This wasn't over. I wasn't finished yet. I thought Malik would stay away. I thought that after everything, the guilt would be too much for him to sneak back into my life. But I was wrong. The night it all started again, I was sitting in the living room, scrolling through my phone, trying to distract myself from the mess that had become my life. But then, I heard it, the faint creak of the back door, the one that led to the garden. It was the same one Malik always used to sneak out, hoping I wouldn't notice. I looked at the clock. Midnight. I set my phone down, my heart racing. I moved as silently as possible, slipping down the hall toward the kitchen. I peeked through the window that overlooked the back door. There he was. Malik, my husband. He was sneaking out again, as if nothing had happened. As if the shattered trust between us didn't matter. I felt my breath catch in my throat. The audacity. The nerve. But I didn't move. I watched. I wanted to know where he was going, what he was doing, who he was going to. Malik walked quickly, his large figure blending into the shadows as he headed toward the back gate. He looked over his shoulder once, as if sensing that someone might be watching. But I stayed hidden, still as a statue, my eyes never leaving him. He reached the gate and opened it slowly, quietly, like he didn't want anyone to know what he was doing. And then, he walked through. I couldn't help myself. I followed him. I grabbed my coat and slipped out the front door, moving swiftly through the night, keeping to the shadows. I didn't want him to know I was there. I needed to see it for myself. I followed him down the street, my heart pounding in my chest. Every step felt like a betrayal, like I was betraying myself. But I couldn't stop. I needed to know what was going on between him and my father. He turned the corner and walked up to an old, familiar house. The one I used to visit with my mother. The one where my father always said he had business meetings. It wasn't business. He knocked twice, and the door opened. Malik stepped inside without a second thought. I froze in place, my entire body trembling with a mix of fury and dread. I couldn't let this go on. I couldn't just stand by and let my own husband, go back to my father like nothing had happened. I walked up to the door, my mind spinning with 1,000 thoughts. Should I knock? Should I confront them both? Or should I wait and let them show their true faces? Before I could make a decision, I saw movement from the window. I couldn't see their faces, but I knew. I knew exactly what was happening inside. Malik had entered, and my father was there waiting for him. The way they were moving closer, reaching for each other. I felt my stomach churn. I didn't know how much longer I could take this. I turned away, my body shaking uncontrollably. I wanted to run back to the safety of my house, but I couldn't. I couldn't go back yet. I had to face them. I had to end this. I stormed back home, feeling like a storm inside. My body felt hot with rage, my mind a blur of everything I'd just seen. I didn't want to believe it, but I had to. They were together again. I wasn't going to let this continue. The next day, I waited. My eyes never left the door, my heart never stopped racing. I had to make sure they knew I knew. I had to make them face the consequences of their actions. Around midday, I saw him. Malik, coming back through the gate like nothing had happened. He looked over his shoulder once again, probably to make sure I wasn't watching. But this time, I was ready. I waited until he stepped inside before I followed him into the house. I could hear him in the kitchen, his footsteps echoing off the tile. I walked quietly up behind him, and then I spoke, my voice low but sharp. Tell me, Malik, how was your little meeting with my father last night? His head whipped around, his eyes wide with shock. His whole body tensed, and for a moment I saw fear. Real fear. You were following me? I nodded slowly, crossing my arms. I wanted to see what you were doing. I wanted to see where you went. He swallowed hard, his gaze flickering to the door like he was thinking of running. But he didn't. You don't understand, he began, his voice pleading. It's not what you think. I laughed bitterly. Not what I think. Really? You were sneaking out to see my father, Malik. How long do you think I'm going to pretend I don't know what's going on? He stepped forward, his hands held out like he wanted to calm me. It's complicated. You don't know what you're talking about. I stepped back, my voice rising. Complicated? You're complicating it. You're betraying me. Both of you are. His expression faltered for a second. I never wanted to hurt you, he whispered. Then why are you doing this? I wasn't going to let him talk his way out of it. I wasn't going to let him twist the truth. This was the last straw. I was done being lied to. And this time, I would make sure they both paid. Guys, this has escalated so much, and I need to hear your thoughts. The air between us was suffocating, thick with all the unspoken words, the tension, the pain, the betrayal. I stood there, staring at Malik as he shifted uneasily in front of me. His usual cocky confidence was gone, replaced with something I couldn't quite place, a mix of guilt, fear, and something deeper, something darker. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. His eyes were downcast, avoiding mine, like he couldn't look me in the face while he confessed to this twisted secret. But I couldn't look away. I had to hear it. I needed to know the truth, even if it shattered everything I thought I knew about us. Malik took a deep breath, then another. The words came out slowly, almost like they were suffocating him. I'm addicted, he muttered, his voice low and rough. I never meant for this to happen, but I can't stop. He raised his eyes, locking with mine for the first time. I'm into your dad. I don't know how or why it started, but I can't stop thinking about him. I can't stop wanting him. I felt like the ground had been ripped out from under me. His words hit me like a punch to the gut, and for a moment, I couldn't breathe. I just stood there, frozen, as the weight of his confession settled over me. You're into him? I managed to croak, my voice breaking. He nodded slowly, stepping toward me like he was trying to close the distance, like he thought it would help. But it only made everything worse. It wasn't supposed to be like this, Malik continued, his voice shaky now. I never planned it. But your dad, I don't know what it is about him, but when we're together, it's like nothing else matters. He controls me, in a way I've never experienced before. I need him. I backed away instinctively, shaking my head. No, this isn't real. This isn't us. This isn't you and my father. My heart was racing, the betrayal burning in my chest, but a small part of me couldn't ignore the twisted reality that Malik was telling me. But it is real, Malik whispered, his voice desperate. I can't lie about it anymore. Every time I'm with him, it feels right. It feels like I'm in control, but also like I've never been more out of control in my life. I swallowed hard, trying to process it all. So, what now, Malik? What does this mean? You're telling me you're in love with my father? That after everything we had, you're telling me you've been sneaking around with him, and you can't stop? He shook his head, stepping closer again. I don't know if it's love, but it's something deep. I can't stop. I've tried, but every time I try to walk away, he pulls me back in. It's like I'm addicted to him, to the way he makes me feel, to the power he has over me. I recoiled, every part of me screaming at the injustice of it. You're sick, Malik. You're letting him control you. You're letting him tear us apart for something twisted and disgusting. What about me? What about us? Tears welled in his eyes, but he didn't wipe them away. Instead, he looked down, his voice barely above a whisper. I love you, but it's not enough. I don't know if anything could have been enough once I got tangled up in this. My heart felt like it was shattering all over again. The betrayal was like a weight pressing down on me, and I couldn't breathe. I wanted to scream. I wanted to slap him, shake him, do something to make him see the damage he was causing. But instead, I just stood there, numb, unable to move. You really think I'm just going to stand here and let you tell me this? You really think I'm just going to accept that you're in love with my father? I spat, my voice trembling with rage. You think you can just destroy everything between us, everything we had, and I'm supposed to just take it? Malik stepped back, holding his hands out like he was trying to calm me. I didn't want to hurt you, I swear, but it's happening. I can't control it anymore. His voice cracked with guilt and pain, and I could see the conflict in his eyes, but it didn't change what had already been done. You're telling me you've crossed a line you can never come back from, and you expect me to just accept it? I shook my head, my eyes filled with unshed tears. You're telling me you're choosing him over me, over everything we had? I don't want to hurt you, he repeated, his voice barely a whisper. But I don't think I can stop. I don't think I ever will. The words hung in the air like a poison, seeping into my veins, into my soul. It was over. There was nothing left to say. I turned away from him, walking toward the door, my mind a whirlwind of confusion and rage. I heard Malik call my name softly, but I didn't stop. I couldn't look at him. I couldn't look at the man I once loved. I couldn't look at the man who had betrayed me in the worst way possible. As I stepped out into the cold night, the full weight of everything that had happened hit me all at once. My stomach twisted, and I had to hold myself up against the doorframe just to breathe. Malik had chosen my father, and now I had to decide if I was willing to live with the consequences of this betrayal, or if I would burn it all down and walk away for good. Guys, I can't even begin to tell you how intense things are right now. The night felt colder than ever as I stepped outside, the wind cutting through me like a knife. My thoughts were spinning. Malik, my husband, the man I had built a life with, was completely consumed by my father. It wasn't just an affair. It wasn't just a mistake. He was telling me that he couldn't stop, that he didn't want to stop. He was telling me that my father had become his obsession, his addiction. And that was the hardest part to swallow. I walked aimlessly down the street, trying to escape the weight of everything that was suffocating me. My feet took me wherever they wanted, but my mind was 1,000 miles away, drowning in a mixture of anger, betrayal, and disbelief. Why didn't I see this coming? The question kept echoing in my mind. Why didn't I see it when it was right under my nose? Then, out of nowhere, I felt a hand on my arm, a firm grip, pulling me back into the present. I turned quickly, my heart pounding in my chest, ready to lash out, until I saw who it was. It was Malik. What the hell, Malik? I gasped, trying to pull my arm free, but he wasn't letting go. His face was a mix of desperation and guilt, and for a split second, I could see the man I married. But that was quickly swallowed up by the betrayal. I can't let you go like this, he said urgently, his voice cracking. Please, just let me explain. I didn't want it to go this far. I yanked my arm away, stepping back. Explain what, Malik? That you've been sneaking behind my back with my father? That you're addicted to him? Is that what you want to explain? How you've betrayed me, completely. I never meant for it to get this bad, he said, his voice raw, pleading. But you don't understand. It's not just about the sex. It's something deeper, something I can't control. Every time I'm with him, I lose myself. I don't know how to explain it, but it feels like I'm meant to be with him. I took a step back, a bitter laugh escaping me. You're meant to be with my father? Are you serious right now? I stared at him, waiting for him to say something that would make this all make sense, but nothing came. There was nothing left to say that could fix this. I know it sounds crazy, but it's the truth, he continued, his voice desperate, like he was afraid if he didn't say everything, I'd walk away for good. I can't stop thinking about him. I don't know what to do anymore. Every time I'm around him, it's like he has this power over me, this pull I can't fight. He controls me in a way that I can't even explain. It's like I'm not myself when he's near me. I could feel the anger in my chest, bubbling up again. The last thing I wanted was to hear how powerful my father was to him. This wasn't about control. This was about betrayal. Stop. My voice shook with the force of everything I was feeling. Stop blaming this on him. You chose this, Malik. You made the decision to sleep with my father. No one made you do it. And you sure as hell don't get to twist this around like it's his fault. He winced, as though I had slapped him. I didn't care. His guilt didn't mean anything to me right now. You're right. I can't blame him for it, he admitted quietly. I'm the one who kept going back. I'm the one who couldn't stop. I'm the one who let it happen. But I can't leave him. I don't think I ever will. The words hit me like a punch to the gut. My head spun. You're really telling me this, Malik? You're telling me you're willing to throw everything away for him? For my father. He didn't say anything at first. He just stood there, his eyes dark with shame. But when he finally spoke, his voice was soft, almost a whisper. I'm addicted to him, and I don't know how to stop. I tried, but every time I think about leaving, I can't. It's not just sex. It's more than that. He makes me feel like I'm the only one who matters. Like I finally have control. I've never felt this way about anyone, and I can't just walk away from it. I was shaking, my heart pounding in my chest as I processed what he was saying. He wasn't just in love with my father. He was consumed by him, unable to pull away. And that fact hit me harder than anything else. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. The man I married, The man I trusted was choosing him over me. I was suffocating, drowning in this nightmare I couldn't wake up from. You're telling me you can't stop. That you won't stop, I repeated, voice barely above a whisper. And that's it. That's all there is. Malik stepped forward, his face filled with desperation. Please, just let me fix this. Let me make it right. I'll stop seeing him. I'll do whatever it takes. But I shook my head slowly, stepping back from him. No, you can't fix this, Malik. You're not the man I thought you were. I don't know who you are anymore. He reached out, his fingers brushing against my arm, but I pulled away. Please, don't. Don't touch me. His eyes flickered with hurt, but I couldn't care. Not anymore. I'm done, I said, my voice firm. I'm done with this. With you. With everything. Malik's face twisted with pain, and for a moment, I thought he might crumble right in front of me. But instead, he just stood there, watching me as I turned and walked away. I didn't look back. I couldn't. The truth was, there was nothing left to say. Malik was lost to my father, and there was no way to fix what had been broken. But as I walked away, the weight of what I had to do hit me all at once. I wasn't just leaving a man. I was leaving the life I thought I had, the world I thought was mine. I was stepping into an unknown future, alone, with nothing but the shattered remnants of a life I couldn't get back. But I wasn't going to let this destroy me. I was going to take control of my own life again. It wasn't over. Not yet. Guys, this is insane, right? What do you think? Can Malik really just walk away from my dad, or is he too far gone? Don't forget to subscribe for part 2.